कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Rama and Lakshmana were following Vishwamitra to Mithila. In the outskirts of Mithila, in a place called Mithilopavanam, Rama inquired about Ahalyā, and Vishwamitra gracefully narrated the incident of Indra coming to have a relationship with Gautama Maharishi's wife called as Ahalyā, and Ahalyā, initially who was unaware who had come, later realized that it was Shachipati, the lord of the celestials called as Devendra or Indra, who had come. And then she thought, why should I not have a relationship with Indra, and engaged in a relationship with him. Understanding that this incident had occurred, Gautama Maharishi curses Indra and also says Ahalyā that she must become Adrishya. Later, Rama realizes this, that she had done Prayaschittam, and brings Ahalyā and Gautama Maharishi together. But one portion which I have to elucidate very importantly is, how was the emancipation, which is Shapa Vimochanam, given? We have various incidents and references to it. First of all, how did Ahalyā emerge? Here, the moment Rama gave Prayaschittam to her, she emerged as a huge ball of effulgence, radiance. Dadarsha cha mahabhagam tapasa dyotita prabham lokairapi samagamya durnirikshyam suraihi prayatna nirmitam thatra divyamayamayi dhumena Deeptam Agni Shikhamiva. So whenever you are performing a havan, a homam, a yajnam, it may so happen that it may not be blazing fire throughout. In certain instances, even the person who's sitting next to the Vedika of that homam, that havan, may feel, no, the fire has got extinguished. There is fire there, but there is so much of smoke. That is when they will use a small pipe to blow. As they blow little air, because Vayu and Agni are very good friends, if you blow air in a certain way, in a certain direction, that Agni which has been covered in smoke, dhumam, that dhumam will go away and it will start getting blazing fire again. Similarly, Ahalyā was born with that effulgence. In the middle, due to Gautama Shapam and her immoral act of having a relationship with Indra, it seemed as if she was covered in smoke. When Rama looked and gave Shapa Vimochanam to her, she again got back like a ball of blazing fire, moving away the smoke. Dhumena bhiparitangim deeptam agni shikhamiva, says Valmiki. Now, I told you at the start, how was this emancipation given, and there are various references. Let us see the first interesting reference. Darshana Ahalyām apāpām chakara, says Parashara Maharishi in Vishnu Puranam. Darshana matrena. He says only or just through darshanam, just by looking at her. When Rama walks by that place, Just looking at her gave her Shapa Vimochanam. This is the first theory. Quite possible. Because in the first shloka of his magnum opus called as Sriman Narayaniyam, Narayana Bhattattiri, he says, Sandranandavabodhatmakamanupamitam kaladeshavadibhyam nirmuktam nityamuktam nigamashatasahasrena nibbhasyamanam aspashtam drishtamatre punaha urupurusharthatmakam brahmatattvam tattavad bhati sakshat gurupavanapure hanta bhagyam jananam. Drishtamatre punaha urupurushartatmakam. He says Drishtamatre. When you look at Lord Krishna who is housed in the sanctum sanctorum of Guruvayur in Kerala, Drishtamatre. So just by looking at him, whether we look at him or he looks at us, he looking at everybody is possible at all points in time because he is Sarvajna, Sarvavyapi. We looking at him is momentary because we look at so many other things. So Drishtamatre. So Darshanam. That is why we say when somebody has gone to a temple and come back, how was the darshanam? In the north of India, darshan kaisa tha? In the south, we ask darshanam eppadi irundhathu? Hengittu darshana, elagunnadi darshanam. So darshanam means you look, glimpse. So Rama's darshana matram, Parashara Maharishi says, just by him looking at Ahalyā gave her Shapa Vimochanam. This is first theory. Second theory is his feet. Now, we will see the versions given by our Acharyas. Kamban, the Tamil poet, tells, Kanda kalmisai kaguttan kazhal thookal kaduva unda pedamai mayakku ara verupattu uruvam kondu mei unarbavan kazhal koodiyadu oppa Pandai vannam vaya nindranal mamuni panippan. So he mentions of this lady who turned into a stone and later was given emancipation, Vimochanam by Rama's feet. So first was Darshanam. That theory advanced by Parashara Maharshi. Here Kappan tells about how Rama's feet gave Shapa Vimochanam. In fact, Tulsidas of Uttar Pradesh, Ramcharitamanas agrees with that. Parisat pad pavan sokna savan pragat bhai tap punj sahi dekhat raghunayak jan sukhdayak sanmukh hoye kar jori rahi. He too mentions that Rama's feet, lotus-like feet, gave Shapa Vimochanam to Ahalyā. So this way, there is a north-south sangamam, confluence of both the thoughts. So Tulsidas ji in Ramacharitamanus in the north of India says, Rama's feet gave Shapa Vimochanam to Ahalyā. In the south of India, Kamban, who was 600 years older to Tulsidas ji, also says that Rama's feet gave Shapa Vimochanam to Ahalyā. So first theory, Darshana Matram. Second is feet. This has also been concluded by Telugu poet Tyagaraja, who says, Dharini Shilayai Tapamu Talaga Srirama Padamani Kripachalune Chittani Kirave. He too says that Rama's feet gave Shapa Vimochanam. So we have three great people, Tyagaraja, Kamban and Tulsidas ji. Now, there is no problem with Rama's feet giving emancipation or Vimochanam to Ahalyā. But there is one logical untenability there. See, generally, if Ahalyā had remained in her shape itself, she remained as a woman itself, Rama wouldn't have passed by her and his feet would have touched her. She is quite a sizable woman. So how will a person as respectful as Rama go and use his feet to touch her? Because there is no command from Vishwamitra that he has to go and touch her or give emancipation to her. He is simply narrating. So there is no chance that Rama could have touched Ahalyā, who was in a human form. Let us now go to the theory where she was turned into a stone. So if Ahalyā has to turn into a stone, a sizable woman has to turn into a stone, she wouldn't have turned into a pebble. she would have turned into a large stone, a boulder. Then Rama could have not by mistake, unknowingly, inadvertently, he wouldn't have touched the stone, because people like us who are generally very careless itself, when there are huge stones, we will always bypass it. We will not go and hit our leg or foot on it. So this is the second theory for which this is the answer. Third comes a question. Maybe his paduka would have touched. See, generally when we buy, paduka is the right respectful word used for the Lord's footwear. But for our understanding, let us assume our slipper for a minute. Generally the slipper, be it for the man or the woman, when we buy, we go to a store, it will be written 99 only or 999 only, and we will buy that footwear. First they will ask us to check that size. Suppose our size is 11. They may check whether 11 will fit or 12 will fit, because whenever you wear a footwear, the footwear should be at least a few millimeters longer than your foot. Correct? You won't buy any footwear where your feet is longer and the slipper is shorter. No. So there is no chance that Rama's feet would have touched. It could have been his paduka which would have touched the stone. But you may be asking, sir, if paduka, his footwear had touched the stone, then most of the acharyas would have mentioned the footwear has touched. Remember, the footwear is associated with the foot. See, the same footwear, if I put it on my leg, nobody will value. Only if it is attached to Rama and Sita's feet, devotees will value. So, the footwear, if it even performs any particular act, that act will be attributed to the owner of the footwear. So, thereby, even if paduka has given an emancipation, you will always say Rama has given the emancipation. But comes another pertinent question, sir. You are telling that the paduka could have given emancipation to Ahalyā. But is there proof for it? Vedanta Deshika states, Yoshid bhuta drishanti apoda shakata sthemani vaimanika stotrasvini upalambanani bhasitat udanchat parikshinticha dutyadishvapi durvachani padayo krityani matyevayat datte tatpranayam tadeva charanatranam vrine ranginaha. So, he does speak about various incidents where the Lord's footwear, that is paduka, would have given emancipation. And one such important incident is when Ahalyā was given Shapa Vimochanam. So, the Lord's Darshana Matram by Parashara Maharshi, Lord's feet by Saint Tyagaraja, Goswami Tulasidas and the Tamil poet Kamban, Lord's paduka advanced by Vedanta Deshika. Now, there is another theory. It is just not Darshana Matram. It is just not Rama's feet. It is not Rama's paduka. Now, when Rama walks, there is a description given by most poets. Gajasimha gati veerau shardula vrishabhopamau. He looks majestic like the bull, like the elephant, like the lion and so on. When he walks, how is he? Matta matanga gaminam. He walks as majestic like the elephant. Matta matanga gaminam. Well, Valmiki mentions of this. Even Vyasa Maharshi in the Ramayanam, which is housed in Vanaparva of Mahabharatam, says Mattamatanga Gaminam. So, Rama walked like an elephant. So, when you walk majestic like an elephant, Rama's holy lotus-like feet is associated with padukas, and with the paduka, he walks as a huge stature. He is a very powerful personality. As he walks, there is a thin layer of dust on Mother Earth. As he walks, that dust which is associated with the paduka will fly. Generally, when you walk, that dust will fly, right? So, as he walks, the dust on Mother Earth which is associated with Rama padukas flew, and that dhuli, that dust, fell on Ahalyā and she got Shapa Vimochanam. This is the fourth theory. Namastasmai kasmaichana bhavatu nishkinchana jana swayam raksha diksha swayamadhika samindhana yashase suradisha swairakshana kupita shapa yudavadhu vrishatta durjata prashamana padambhoja rajase, says Vedanta Deshika in a work called as Abhaya Pradana Saram. So there are four theories: Rama's Darshana Matram, Rama's lotus-like feet, Rama's padukas associated with the lotus-like feet, the dust on Mother Earth which fell on Ahalyā, which were earlier associated with the Padukas which were associated with Rama's feet. So either it is Rama's darshanam or Rama's feet, Padukas or dust. Whichever was the case, Ahalyā was given the Shapa Vimochanam. So this particular incident describes the mercy, the karuna, the daya that God exhibited in Rama Avataram to Ahalyā, who was a patita. She had fallen off her position, but Rama raised her, like how the petals which are at the bottom of the container, as you keep pouring water, the petals naturally rise. From those depths, they come to the height. Similarly, Ahalyā was like a petal at the bottom. With Rama's daya, mercy that was flowed, she reached the top. So this is a simple act of the Lord's mercy.
Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.